Okay, so let's talk about what a scale is. Um, a, Again, on a guitar, there's 12 notes that repeat themselves. And we start again here. But within those 12 notes, um, we are going to pick out 8 notes, and that's a key. That's some smart people with a good ear for music a long time ago decided that if you pulled out 8 particular notes from any given 12 in a row, you would have something that sounds awfully nice. And a lot of folks agree with that, and pretty much every song you ever heard, um, we'll say like every pop song you ever heard in your life, maybe 95% of them are all written in a key, meaning again, out of any given 12 notes in a row, songwriters will pick out 8 particular notes. It's always the same 8 particular notes and play just those. Now you can start on any note. So here's one key. Let's see. It's that old do, re, mi. It always is. You say, John, why would you pick out 8 notes from the 12? Why do you bother to have 12 strings on the guitar? Or 12 notes, rather. Only 6 strings. Why do you have 12 notes? And you're only going to pick out 8. Why not just throw out the other 4? And I would say, well, because you can start on any note. So there was the 1 scale. But what if we started just 1 note up? Or 1 up? So you have different options. But we're going to look at any one of those. We'll just do it on the open string. And those notes, we're going to pick, actually I say we pick out 8 notes, but the 8th note is the repeating of the first note. So we're really picking out 7 notes and discarding 5. Okay, so which 7 notes are those? Those are the first note. Now I'm not counting the frets here. I'm talking about the notes that we're going to pick. So here's the first note. Here's the second note. So we skip 1 fret. First note, skip a fret to the second note, skip a fret to the third note, go directly to the 4th note, skip a note to the 5th note, skip a note to the 6th note, skip a note to the 7th note, and then don't skip a note, go directly back to the 8th, which again, the 8th is the same as the first. 1, skip a note, 2, skip a note, 3, don't skip, go directly to 4. Skip a note 5, skip a note 6, skip a note 7, and go directly to 8. 1, skip a note 2, skip a note 3, directly to 4. Skip a note 5, skip a note 6, skip a note 7, and directly back to 8, which is 1. That's a scale. And within that scale, once again, you're going to find the majority of the pop songs that you're familiar with, or rock songs, and a huge amount of classical songs, of all the songs that you've ever heard written in Western culture. If you look at Eastern culture, you'll find something different. Because you see all these divisions on the string, those are things that we added in Western culture. But notes are just notes. Somewhere around here I have one of those little slide toys that goes. There's no designation of notes in nature. You can just have as low a note or as high a note as you want. You can stop infinitely between here and there and anywhere else. So we have divided it up into 12 even divisions, and we've picked out 7 that we thought sounded good. The 8th repeating itself, repeating the first. But Other people have divided it up into, a total of 7 different notes, within a certain range, or somebody else has divided up into 5 notes only. So that's that. But next, we're going to talk about chords. And chords are a collection of, out of those 8 notes or 7 notes, we're going to pick 3 notes at a time to play together. So for example, there's a chord. That's a G chord. And depending on which 3 notes you pick at a time, that's a very sad G minor chord. You get a different sort of sound. It could be happy, could be sad, could be dreamy, could be all sorts of different things. We'll explore what that is in videos to come.